Hey, Katie. All right. We're gonna come into our practice right now. Arms down by your side. Good. Let's reach the arms all the way over your head and just stretch from your fingers to your toes. Good. And then we're gonna draw the knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice little hug. Right? And just do some circling with the knees. So this whole week I'm working with a strengthening of the outside of the hip and a stretching of the legs. So that's kind of what we're building towards, different peak poses, different flow today, but we're gonna add in there'll be some similarities for a couple of you guys who took class already this week. Let's plant the feet and come into a bridge pose. Spread the toes nice and wide, ground into the heels, lift the hips. And then maybe just walk your arms underneath you, interlace the hands, roll the shoulder blades towards each other, squeezing the inner thighs. And so my theme this week, it comes from a place of, we all have those times in our lives where we just have this gut feeling. And sometimes we follow our gut but a lot of the times we don't, right? We talk ourselves out of our gut feeling a lot. And I was having this conversation with my daughter, and I'm not allowed to talk about her in classes, so we'll just keep this between us. But, we were having this conversation about trusting your gut and how important that is. Like, I was encouraging her to understand that sometimes the world is going to tell you something's not possible, but if you really believe it is, to not discount that. Slowly lower all the way down and let your knees draw back into your chest now. And let's bring the right ankle to the left thigh and just thread the hands underneath your thigh. Flex both feet. And this passage by Mark Nepo really talks about that and connects to that. And so I'm going to share that with you guys today. And that's going to be our theme, right? And it's entitled, "The Way is Hard, but Clear." So let's switch now, opposite ankle to opposite knee, thread the hands behind that thigh, flex both feet, draw it all in, breathing here. The naturalist and environmentalist Kevin Schreibner tells us that the salmon make their way upstream by bumping repeatedly into blocked pathways until they find where the current is strongest. Somehow they know that the unimpeded rush of water means that there is no obstacle there. And so they enter this opening fervently, for though it is the hardest going, the way is clear. Draw your knees back into your chest. We're going to rock our way up and through onto our hands and knees. So cross at your ankles, come onto your hands and knees. Just let yourself arch and round, cat-cow. So connecting to the breath. As you inhale, we're going to arch. As you exhale, we're going to round. The lesson here is as unnerving as it is helpful. In facing both inner and outer adversities, the passage of truth comes at us with a powerful momentum because it is clear and unimpeded. And so, where we sense the rush of truth is where we must give our all. As human beings, the blocked pathways of our journey can take on many forms. And whether it be in avoiding conflict with others, or in not taking the risk to love, or in not accepting the call of spirit that would have us participate more fully in our days, it is often easier to butt up continually against these blocked pathways than to enter fervently the one passage that is so powerfully clear. The next time you round, we're going to come all the way back to child's pose. So really articulate the spine, bring your hips back to your heels. And then once you're here, just walk your arms all the way over to the right. And let's just press into that left hand a little bit. Nice side stretch here. In this regard, salmon innately model a healthy persistence by showing us how to keep nosing for the unimpeded way And once finding it, how to work even harder to make it through. Walk your arms to center, over to the other side. Now press into the right hand a little bit. Some say it is easier for salmon, since the power of their drive to end where they begin is not compromised by the endless considerations that often keep us from the truth. Still, it is the heart's capacity to rise one more time after falling down, no matter how bruised, that verifies that such a drive lives in us too. Like salmon, our way depends not just on facing things head on, but in moving our whole being through. So the way is hard but clear. Walk your hands back to center, come on into your downward dog, curl the toes under, lift the knees, spread through the hands, soften the shoulders. And we know that because we get on this mat all the time. And sometimes it's really hard and challenging, and we have to approach our bodies with compassion when they're not doing what we want them to do, or we feel tight, or we feel stressed, or we feel like there's a million other things we could be doing right now. But we know no matter how hard it is, that the way is clear. This is the way, right? That this practice is our path. As you inhale, roll forward to your plank. Good. As you exhale, roll right back to downward dog. Good. And again, we're gonna roll forward to plank as you inhale. And then as you exhale, find your way right back to downward dog. And from here, we're gonna walk the feet to the hands. So travel from the back of the mat to the front of the mat, bending your knees once you get there, softening into your forward bend, letting the head shake out. And then we're gonna begin to slowly roll your way all the way up to standing. And bring your hands to your heart and close your eyes. So I've been asking everybody to connect to a specific intention this week on the mat. And that is to remember a time in your life where you trusted your gut, where you just went for it, where you listened to the universe, whatever, however you want to think about it. And maybe there was a 10, 15, 100 reasons why not to do something, but you knew that you needed to. Maybe it was a challenging course, but the pathway was clear, you knew, just like the salmon. Take a moment, dedicate your practice to that, to trusting in yourself. And then take an inhale, open your eyes, bring your arms all the way around and up. As you exhale, we're gonna forward fold. Inhale, we're gonna find our flat back here. Exhale is gonna float us through our plank chaturanga, whatever version of vinyasa is gonna serve you. Do Namaskar A. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale it back, downward dog, lengthen. 5 breaths here. Doing what you need to do. The path is clear, right? Sometimes it means not doing something, skipping something. Sometimes it means talking to ourselves with kindness, without judgment. Inhale, high on the toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Hop, step, or float the feet to the hands. Inhale, find your flat back here. Exhale, we're gonna forward fold. Inhale, arms are gonna come all the way around and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good, again, inhale, arms around and up. Exhale, let's forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, move through your plank, chaturanga. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale it back, downward dog. Okay, right leg's gonna lift. We're gonna find our three-legged dog here. As you exhale, you're gonna bend the right knee, bring it to the outside of your right elbow. So shift into a plank and hover. Good. Inhale, bring that right leg back. Exhale, knee's gonna draw to the nose. We're gonna round forward into a plank, holding the knee to the nose. Good. Inhale it back. Exhale, knee comes across. We're gonna find our fallen triangle. So straighten the leg, pinky toe edge of the foot, plant the back foot, lift the left arm up to the sky. Good, grounding through that back leg. Exhale, left hand comes down. Inhale, right leg comes back up, three-legged dog. Knee comes forward, step the foot in between your hands, drop your back knee. Good. We're gonna walk your right foot out to the right, both hands to the inside. Let's bend and straighten the front leg a few times. Moving it all around. Good. Next time you bend into that front knee, let's keep the left hand grounded. Float the right arm all the way up to the sky. Good. Excellent. Exhale, set that right hand down, curl the back toes under. We're gonna meet in downward dog. So floating through your vinyasa if you'd like. Using your breath. Right, the path is clear. It may be challenging. The water may be rushing at you. But sometimes we just have to trust. Left leg's gonna lift now, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee's gonna come to the outside of the left elbow. Right. Inhale it back. Exhale, knee to the nose, rounding through, activating that core. Inhale it back. Exhale, knee across, coming into your fallen triangle. Pinky toe edge of that front foot. Plant the back leg. Float the right arm up. Lift. Extra focus on that right leg, that foot grounding. Right hand comes down. Inhale, lift that left leg up. Exhale, knee comes to the nose once again. Step the foot in between your hands. Drop your back knee. Walk your left foot over towards the left, both hands to the inside of the foot. We're just gonna shift things around. Right, bending, straightening, working through that hamstring a little bit. And then the next time you bend into the left knee, keep the right hand down, float the left arm up, we're twisting, opening the heart to the sky. Good. Get that hand down, lift the back knee. We're gonna move through our plank, chaturanga. You want it, skip what you need to always. This is your practice. So the path might be difficult. Your body may not be giving you what you want today, but it's clear, you know you need to be here on this mat. Whatever the practice is what it's supposed to be. And next inhale, we're gonna come high on the toes. Next exhale, knees bend, hop step, float the feet to the hands. Inhale, we're gonna find our flat back here. Exhale, let's fold, head's gonna hang. Let's sit into our chair, Utkatasana, pressing into those heels, softening into the toes. Good, lifting the chest. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, flat back here, lengthen. Exhale, we're gonna move through our plank, chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale it back, downward dog. Breathing here. Let's plant the left foot, step the right foot forward, warrior one. Arms are gonna reach up to the sky, grounding into the back heel and big toe, softening into that front knee, letting the shoulders, what you got going on there? Oh, okay. I was like, is there a bug? Like, what's she doing? As you exhale, we're gonna open to warrior two. Window it open. Bending into that front knee. I realize the fan is on. I feel like we don't need that. Well, I'll figure it out. Good. Pressing into the outer edge of the back foot. Good, bud. Looking good today. You're looking really strong. Come into reverse warrior. So soften into that right knee, lift, drawing your gaze up. Yeah. And then we're gonna bring that right forearm to the right thigh. Left arm's gonna reach up and over. Nice long line. So as you press into that back foot, you're gonna reach out through that arm. Good. Let's bring the hands to the hips. We're gonna straighten the right leg and parallel the feet. Hands can stay at the hips, but let's tuck those shoulders, or the elbows rather, behind. Belly draws in as you lift the chest up. And then let's exhale, forward fold. Hands come down to the floor, head maybe two. Breathing into the back of the leg. Softening into the resistance. Even if it's hard, the path is clear. Right? Sometimes hard is backing off even if we don't want to. Sometimes hard is pushing ourselves past our comfort zone. But when we know, we know. Let's take both hands and walk them inside of your left knee. So bend your left knee, we'll come into that little runner's lunge. It can look like Skandasana if you're ready for that, with the toes lifted and the hands at the heart. Good. All right, so you guys are going front. Did I say it wrong? Yeah, starting at the back, but we're going to the front after. So, we're gonna shift to just do both sides, basically, but we're gonna end up at the front of your mat, inside that right leg. Good. Very possible I said it wrong. Let's bring both hands inside the right foot, lift off your back heel. We're setting up for a lizard again. So drop, well, a little bit building our lizard. So drop the back knee, maybe come onto your forearm, squeeze your right knee in towards your shoulder. Good. Working those inner thighs. Good, nice. Hey, Katie, nice to see you. Good. 2 more breaths here. Okay, press up into the hands, curl the back toes under, lift that back knee. Left hand's gonna stay grounded, right arm's gonna reach up to the sky. We're finding a twist. Good. Reaching that right arm up to the sky. If you want to, though, you could play with reaching that right arm forward. Good. Rolling off that left shoulder a little more and opening the chest. Exhale, right hand's gonna come down. Inhale, we're gonna step to our plank. Exhale if you want to. It's chaturanga. Skip what you need to always. Bringing yourself to your intention. Let's just trust our gut today. Let's not worry about that self-doubt, the critic, that inner judge telling us, no, you can't do something. Right? What if we just didn't listen today? Plant that right foot, step the left foot forward, warrior one. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Good, softening into that left knee, but still staying strong in the outer right leg. 2 more breaths here, nice deep 5 breaths. And we're gonna open to warrior two now. So shift that alignment, left heel inside right arch, right arm forward, or sorry, left arm forward, right arm back. Let's come into reverse here, looking up to the sky. And then that left forearm comes to left side, right arm reaches up. Let's reach that arm over the ear, nice and long. Gazing up to the sky, rolling it open. If you can, bring that arm forward, over the ear. And hands are going to come back to the hips. Let's come on up, parallel the feet this time. Hand interlace the hands behind your back. Roll your shoulder blades towards each other. Look all the way up. With your exhale, we're going to fold. So turn your toes in a little more, Fred, if you can. Yep. Hinging, folding, arms coming off the back, breathing in to the shoulders. What if you believe that maybe one day the hands are going to touch the floor, right? Release the hands, walk them both inside the foot that's away from your front of your mat. So the back foot, bending into the knee, right? Skandasana if you want it, lifting those toes, really accessing those inner thighs. And then we will shift it forward into the left knee. As you come forward, we're finding our lizard. So lifting off the back heel, feel free to drop that back knee, coming onto the forearm, squeezing the left knee in towards your shoulder. If the forearms are down, just spread into the palms a little bit, lift the chest. Good, press up into those hands. We're gonna meet in a downward dog. So you decide how you get there. If you feel like vinyasa-ing, go for it. Skip whatever you need to. Okay, right leg's gonna lift into three-legged dog. As you exhale, right knee is gonna come outside right elbow. So hinge forward into that plank. Good, inhale, bring the right leg up behind you. So three-legged dog, I should say. Exhale, knee to the nose. So round it forward, knee to the nose. Good, inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, knee's gonna come across to the opposite elbow into your fallen triangle. So straighten the leg, pinky toe edge of the foot, plant through the back foot. Good. Breathing here. As you exhale, top hand comes down, three-legged dog. So float the right leg up. And then that knee is gonna come forward towards the nose, step the foot in between your hands, keep the back knee lifted. One hand on either side of the front foot. We're gonna work towards straightening and bending that front knee. It may not get all the way straight, no worries if it does and you wanna lift those toes. Go for it. Next time you bend, let's draw the belly in. Arms are gonna come by the ears and we lift up into our high lunge. Come all the way up. Beautiful. Squeeze those inner thighs towards each other. And now we're gonna come back to our diagonal and see if we can lift that left leg. And if we can, you're gonna pulse the leg. So you're gonna squeeze and lift it a couple times, really strengthening those glutes. And then we get to transition all the way into a standing split. Head's gonna hang here. Hands can be forward of the foot or nice and close to it. And then bend the right knee, set the left toes long behind you, left hand's inside the foot, right arm's up. But this time, we're gonna come to the pinky toe edge of the right foot. So your right knee comes out and the pinky toe edge of the left foot. As you inhale, you're gonna lift the hip, right arm over. As you exhale, you're gonna lower the hip, right arm back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, lift, exhale. Good, one more, inhale, and exhale. And we're gonna float that hand all the way around and we'll meet in downward dog. So you decide how you get there, if you want your vinyasa or not. Good. Okay, left leg's gonna lift now, inhale. As you exhale, left knee to the outside of left elbow, shifting it forward. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, knee to the nose. We're gonna round and curl. Inhale it back. Exhale, knee across, opposite elbow, straighten the leg, pinky toe edge, plant the back foot, lift into your stargazer, or fallen triangle, I should say. And then we're gonna bring ourselves back to our three-legged dog. So float that left leg back. Knee is gonna draw to the nose now. Step the foot in between your hands, but keep the hands down, one on either side of the foot. We're gonna bend and straighten that front leg. Really accessing those hamstrings and glutes today. Good, breathing here. Good. Okay, next time you bend into that knee, we're gonna lift arms come by the ears and we're gonna float all the way up into our high lunge. Beautiful, Caitlin. Squeeze those inner thighs, so that means right hip draws forward, left hip draws back, arms reach out. And then we're gonna come back in through our diagonal, find our warrior three, right leg lift, we're gonna pull the leg, so squeezing that right buttock, yeah. Strengthening the glutes. Nice, Fred. And let's meet in our standing split. So when you're ready, hands come down, head shakes out, right? The path is hard. This yoga business is challenging. What you're working through in your body is not easy, but we know it's clear, it's right. We know that, we trust that. What if we could take that energy out into the world and use it for other things? Bend the left knee, set the right foot long behind you, right hand inside left foot, left arm up to the sky, squeeze those inner thighs. Good. Pinky toe edge of both feet. So pinky toe edge of the left, pinky toe edge of the right. As you inhale, lift the right hip and float the left arm over. As you exhale, we're lowering. So this is getting that IT band, TFL. Inhale. And then exhale. Two more. Inhale. And exhale. And last one. Inhale. And exhale. Let's find our way all the way through. We're going to meet in our downward dog. Breathing here. Take a couple of breaths if you need a rest. Go for it. Okay, when you're ready, right leg's gonna lift, inhale. As you exhale, right knee to the outside of right elbow. Yep, inhale it back. Exhale, knee to the nose, that's round. Inhale it back. Exhale, come across to your fallen triangle. Now, options here. You can stay here, or you can lift and lower. So as you exhale, we're gonna lower the leg down. Inhale, come back up, right? Pressing into that backward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. One more, exhale. Inhale, lift. Left arm down, three-legged dog. And knee is gonna draw to the nose. We're gonna step it forward, coming up, high lunge. Good. So thinking about drawing the left hip forward, right hip back, hands come to the heart, left elbow, outside right knee. Let's twist. If you need less, drop the back knee down, right? We know what we need if we just listen to what our bodies are telling us. We know. May not be what we want to hear, but we know. 2 more breaths here. Let's windmill it open to warrior 2. Planting that back foot. Good. Okay, so this time we're going to come into side angle, but we're going to bring the right hand down inside the right foot. Left arm's going to come up. So if you want to use a block, feel free. Good. Breathing here. Now, option here to wrap that left arm around behind your back. And maybe even to drop the right arm underneath and come into your bind. Okay, so this is going to be now us moving into our third lizard pose today. You get to decide. You can come back the way we've been before. If you want to try a bound lizard, you're going to stay with your bind, lift the back heel, and draw the left hip forward, okay? Options. Whatever's going to serve you today. 2 more breaths. Yeah, now if you're bound, as you uninterlace the hands, the right hand's going to be on the outside of the foot. Yeah. So again, if you want to play and try to lift that right leg, feel free. Belly strong in. So all these actions we've been working on with the hip flexors. Now, if you want to try the full arm balance, you're going to bend and lift the left leg. No worries at all. We're meeting in a downward dog. So just clear time. It's you. Trusting you to know what's right. Awesome, beautiful, Fred. Nice job, Caitlin. We're meeting in downward dog. Sometimes we just have to test and push out of the comfort zone and have a little faith, right? Let the universe guide us. Breathe. Okay, so we're going to move into the second side. You ready? We get 2 sides. We have 2 of everything. It's awesome, but that means we have to do everything twice. Yes, exactly. Left leg is going to lift. Inhale. Exhale. Knee comes to the outside of the left elbow. Yeah. Inhale it back. Exhale. Knee comes to the nose. We're going to round forward. Inhale it back. Knee comes across towards your opposite elbow. We're finding our fallen triangle again. This time we're going to do that lift and lower if you want. So exhale, lower, press through the right leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. One more time. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Float the right hand down, left leg lift. 3-legged dog. Knee comes forward towards the nose, step the foot in between your hands, squeeze your inner thighs, float your arms up, high lunge. And then we're gonna twist. So think about the hips first. Right hip forward, left hip back, and here we go. Hands to the heart, let's twist. Good. As you exhale, we're going to windmill open to warrior 2. Windmill it open, warrior 2. Knees going to bend. And then left hand's going to come inside left foot now. So either on a block or the floor, right arm's going to reach up to the sky. So now you decide from here if you feel like wrapping the arm or working into your full bind. All the while, that back foot is really critical. right? That back leg is really part of our stabilizing. Okay, from here, options, our third lizard on this side. If you want to try the bound lizard, you're lifting off the back heel and drawing the right shoulder forward. If not, hands come down or forearms come down. Good, so you're gonna drop that shoulder even more forward. Yeah, coming off that back, into those toes even more if you can. I know, it's so hard. 2 more breaths here, whatever version you're doing. And then if you're in the bind, you might find that left hand to the outside of the left foot, the shoulder underneath the knee. And when you can play with that option to possibly lift the left leg and then maybe come into the right leg, lifting. And we will meet in our downward dog. You guys are rock stars today in the studio. Home too. I can see them a little easier. 5 breaths. If you need a rest, take it. It's a lot. A lot. Sometimes that trusting our gut is stepping back, right? It's taking a break. What did you say? Drizzling. You're not liking this? Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Fred. Fred's blaming this practice on the weather. He's saying I'm extra mean today. All right. Well, for that, we're going back to downward dog now. Since I know how much you like it, we're going to do it another time. So right leg's going to lift in half. Exhale, knee come to that same side elbow, shift forward. Good. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, bring it across to your fallen triangle, plant the back foot. So now I'm adding another option here. For those that might want it, it's trying to lift that right leg. So notice how important the left foot is if you're gonna lift the right leg. Yep. Look at you guys. All right. And then we're gonna float back to our 3-legged dog. Drawing the right knee forward, step the foot, high lunge. Good. Know this drill. And then left knee is gonna come up into the chest. All right, so either your left hand is on the knee or it's hooking the big toe, you decide, right? Either way, leg or knee is gonna come out to the left, right arm is gonna reach out to the right. Let's look over that right shoulder, squeeze through your right buttock. Remember those pulses we did in our Warrior 3? Think about that. Bring the leg forward, float it behind. We're coming through our Warrior 3 into half moon. Right hand down, left arm up, left leg. So half moon, here we are. Breathing here. Let's bring that top hand down. Set the lifted foot about 3 feet behind you. We're going to be in our triangle forward bend. Holding here. So back heel grounds down. Good. And then we're going to meet in downward dog. So find your way back to a downward dog. Good. All right. Left leg's going to lift. Inhale. As you exhale, bend the left knee, bring it to the outside of your left arm as you shift into plank. Inhale, we're going to bring it back. Exhale, knee to the nose, round forward. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, we're gonna bring it across into your fallen triangle. Plant the right foot, arm up, option to try to lift that left leg as you bound into the right leg, right? Needing the core and the strength of the outer hip. And we'll float our way back, three-legged dog. Left knee comes towards the nose, step the foot in between the hands, come up, high lunge, inhale. Exhale, right knee is gonna come up into the chest, right? Really grounding through the left leg. So remember what it felt like to pull right hands on the knee or the big toe. First, you're facing forward, and then we're gonna bring that right leg out to the right. Gaze over your opposite shoulder, maybe the arm floats out. Bring your gaze forward, bring the leg forward, release the toe, float it behind you into your half moon. So left hand down, right arm up to the sky. Somehow the salmon know that unimpeded rush of water means even though it's more challenging that the path is clear. What a powerful lesson that is. Bring the hands down and step the back foot about 3 feet behind you. You're gonna fold over that front leg. You need to keep a little bend in the knee, no worries. The passage of truth comes at us with a powerful momentum because it is clear and unimpeded. And so where we sense the rush of truth is where we must give our all. When we know something is true, when we know it's possible, we have to trust. So the left foot is going to walk out to the left of your mat. You're going to turn the toes out, and we're going to step up into a malasana. Good. So options here. You can stay in your malasana any way you want. You can work into your side bends, right? What I'm offering today is the same kind of idea that we've been working with. So you're going to lift the hips. Maybe you're going to find a bind, right? And then you're going to have to ground into the left foot. Belly draws in as we float the right leg up to our bird of paradise, maybe, right? And then maybe a straightening. So if you're playing with this, play with both sides. Beautiful. Putting all these pieces together. Good, Pam, nice, beautiful. Good, Katie, awesome. You got it, Kim. So just make sure whatever you're working with, you're doing both sides. Good, Dina. Think about that activation in the standing leg, what we've been working on, right? The strength that's there. Just have some confidence in that. Beautiful, Sue. Good job, you guys. Everybody's rock star today. Good, nice. All right. Okay, so we've got one more of these, but the good news is it ends up in pigeon. So you can go right to pigeon if you want. I'm going to show you what we're working on. So we're going to start in the down dog. We're going to do the same thing with the knee, come across, fallen triangle. The last piece of this would be grabbing the big toe and bringing it forward, right? Kneading that back leg. Then you meet in a pigeon. But if you want to go right to pigeon, have at it. So downward dog with the right leg lifted. Here it is. Knee comes to the right elbow. Last time. Inhale it back. Exhale, knee to the nose, come forward. Inhale it back. The knee comes across towards the opposite elbow. Come into your fallen triangle, planting the back foot, lifting the arm. Right. And then if you can, you're going to try to lift the right leg. Yes. Pressing into the left foot and then drawing the right leg forward and meeting in pigeon. Beautiful, Fred. Beautiful, Caitlin. Okay. Folding here. Right. Pigeon's such a good example of this theme because like we know it's hard. Sometimes we just feel like, oh, it's like there's so much resistance and tightness there, but it's so clearly what we need to be doing in this moment. It's like not a question. The naturalist and environmentalist Kevin Schreibner tells us that salmon make their way upstream by bumping repeatedly into blocked pathways until they find where the current is strongest. Somehow they know that the unimpeded rush of water means that there is no obstacle there. And so they enter this opening fervently, for though it is the hardest going, the way is clear. The lesson here is as unnerving as it is helpful. In facing both inner and outer adversities, the passage of truth comes at us with a powerful momentum because it is clear and unimpeded. And so where we sense the rush of truth is where we must give our all. As human beings, the blocked pathways of our journey can take on many forms. And whether it be in avoiding conflict with others, or in not taking the risk to love, or in not accepting the call of spirit that would have us participate more fully in our days, it is often easier to butt up continually against these blocked pathways than to enter fervently the one passage that is so powerfully clear. Make your way back to downward dog. Let's shake out the right leg. Good. Cut the right foot down, lift the left leg. Last time. Left knee comes to left elbow, shift forward. Inhale it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to the nose, round through. Inhale it back, knee across to the opposite elbow. Coming into your fallen triangle one last time. Arm is gonna lift. You decide from here. If you want to lift the leg, if you want to try to grab the big toe, bring it forward, noticing that right leg activating, and we'll meet in our pigeon. Holding here. So I asked you to think about one time when you just trusted your gut. You knew that the pathway was going to be challenging, but it was clear. That's what you dedicated your practice to today, is that moment that you made that choice. So I've thought about mine. There's been a few of them in my life, few pivotal things that I decided just to do because I knew they were right, and a lot of things would have told me otherwise. But the one of them I've been really sharing this week is my first retreat. So I decided to host my first retreat, and in 48 hours, I'd planned the whole thing. And I think part of me did that because I didn't want to have time to talk myself out of it, because it was such a leap of faith. And actually, ironically, all my other classes this week, I've had someone online or in person who was on that first retreat. It's kind of cool. Not today, but I do have Sue, who's been on one of my retreats online, so that counts. But it was such a leap of faith. There was a million reasons not to, but there was something in me, the universe telling me that you're supposed to do this. And I trusted it. And I went through every emotion imaginable leading up to that. But it was one of the pivotal moments in my life. And we have those. We just sometimes ignore all the signs. We talk ourselves out of it. But we need to trust. Make your way back to downward dog. Shake out the left leg. And we're going to make our way through to seated. And then bend your knees and plant your feet. And we're going to slowly lower onto our back. So coming back around to where you started your practice today. One final back bend of your choice. It could be bridge, could be Irvda, could be anything else you feel like you want to do to finish your practice today, your physical practice. Right? We're never done practicing, but we might be done with our asana for the day. Nice, beautiful. Yeah, it's an Irvda kind of a day. I hear you. Getting into that heart opening. We need to let the heart guide us sometimes more than the judgment and the criticism in the mind. Slowly lower down out of that back bend. And you're going to bring your knees into your chest and cross your right knee over your left. So kind of like eagle legs, and we're going to float all of that over to the left for our final twist. Arms and the feet squeezing over to the right. And draw your knees back to center, cross the left knee over the right, continue over to the right. Draw your gaze over your left shoulder. And then draw those knees back to center. We're going to slowly lower. Legs down to the floor, arms down by your side, eyes closed. As we soften into our Shavasana, perhaps draw yourself back to your intention. Channeling that wisdom that we know is there. Sometimes we don't listen to it, but it's there. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. And reach your arms all the way over your head and just stretch. And then draw your knees into your chest. And slowly make your way onto your right side. And then find your way up to a comfortable seated position. And bring your hands to your heart. Soften into the space you created in the body and the mind. Thank yourself for taking the difficult but clear path today. It is my honor and pleasure always to guide you. Thank you for sharing your practice, your energy with me today. Namaste. 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 Thank you, everybody online. Thank you. Great job today, you guys.